Tom from PC Gamer here at PAX South with Tony from Dreadnought. How you doing, Tony?
Doing all right. Yourself?
Good, good. So tell me about Dreadnought. What's the game for those who don't know?
Sure. Dreadnought is a 5v5 class-based action game with like really customizable spaceships that you can deck out both look-wise and playstyle. Different weapons, different abilities, warping, nukes, all sorts of stuff there. And you basically take your ships out with your team on 5v5 battles, and everybody has different classes, so everything from your support, your sniper, your scout, like the stuff that you kind of know and love, but now it's unleashed by not having to be on the ground, not having to be different gun sizes, but instead you can be a gigantic galactic ship versus a more Millennium Falcon style, faster, fighter. So it's about putting together those combos with your team and countering and seeing what the other team does, and really fast-paced, fun action battles.
And so you mentioned that idea of the big ships instead of like the Millennium Falcon sort of sized ones. And the game, when I was playing it, it did feel fast-paced, but you move more slow when you're in these larger things.
We like to say that it's you're making decisions deliberately. So you have enough time to make deliberate choices, but there's a lot of choices in front of you that you can make. You don't have to do them all at the same time, but you have everything from when do I trigger my abilities, what position should I get into, what main weapon am I firing, all the way to if missiles are coming your way, you use the command wheel and turn your shields on last minute to absorb some damage.
So who do you see the game for? What audience kind of are you expecting to enjoy this kind of experience?
Honestly, we've built it to be really accessible and really fun from the get-go. Unlike maybe some other games where you have to really know that this connects to this and this is a part of that and this or that, you can jump in and have fun immediately. So we feel like we have a very broad range and a really diverse audience. Like what I was talking about with the different tempos, that's right there from the get-go to pick different play styles.
And something I noticed also is that, like you mentioned, the complexity of kind of how you can customize your ships is huge, but when you get into the game, you only have a few buttons. Like it's much more easy to understand. So how do you guys balance that sort of the complexity out of the game with the simplicity in the game?
I think it's really about both progression and making sure the UI and the UX are really conveying all the differences between the pieces that you're getting. So it'd be overwhelming if you gave me like 100 abilities and I have to go through and figure out what they all are. But if I'm getting each one bit by bit, I can kind of understand and I know what that is because I've used it for a little bit. But we want players to kind of graduate to that too, right? When you know what the things mean, then you can have a lot of fun in a more strategic game mode. And we want to create different types of modes that kind of leverage your knowledge, and if you have that understanding, how do you flex? How do you use it to have maybe more objective-based combat or stuff like that, right? So that's in the future, but right now, we really want to nail down the progression and how do we create a good foundation for people to keep coming back and feel good about what they're doing instead of having to grind for days and days and days and not really get anything out of it.
And when can we expect to get our hands on Dreadnought?
So Alpha's going on right now. Go to playdreadnought.com and you'll be able to sign up for the closed alpha. We feel the core combat's really fun, and once we get progression in, with the help of our players, I think we'll be able to get there, but I can't really commit to a specific date.
Right, cool. Well, thanks very much for showing it to us, and stay tuned at PCGamer.com for more from PAX South.